backseat squad lead. Just let him do his squad leading, and if he messes it all up, then it's his fault, and if your team loses, then it's his fault, and just don't join his team again and go and join someone else's next time. So basic comms, obviously I'm talking on Discord. I've got an open mic at the moment, so you'll be able to hear everything, but generally it's push to talk. It's in-game comms only is what you normally use. So with the comms, obviously you got the squad comms for most people. You want to keep it short and sweet. So okay, where's the compass? Oh, there. So if you spot an enemy, you just say enemy contact south, enemy contact west, enemy contact east, and then you all know which direction that is. I wouldn't give out coordinates like saying, oh, enemy contact 165, because your 165 will be different if I'm standing over here to my 165. My 165 is at that point where I was shooting, and your 165 is underneath the tower, so you're off by sort of 10 degrees. So I wouldn't use the compass. Basically, just use northeast, southwest, or if you want to be clever, you can go northeast or southeast or southwest or northwest. Basic stuff like that. So yeah, call out enemy. If there's armor, just call out armor. If someone says tank and it turns out to be, I don't know, what's the other armoured vehicle? Like an APC or BMP or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. It's up to you guys, but I wouldn't get too technical about that. So, me generally, if I see something coming with a big gun on it, I would say enemy tank, especially if it's tracked. It might not be, but it's armour basically. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, you can sit there and argue about it 5 minutes in squad comms, but it just ties everything up. Apparently I'm going to be kicked in 3 minutes.
I was just about to say, we all might just get kicked, so we might need to go in a squad.
Yeah, let's just join MJH, that's fine. Rambo, make sure you're in the squad. Okay, so that's comms. Just keep it short and sweet. Keep it easy for everyone to understand. And hopefully everyone will see the enemy and be able to kill them.
That was pretty aesthetic.
Okay, he can hear us, so let's continue. Stylie, go ahead.
Yep, sorry, my girlfriend's just...
Ra, leave him and go back in line. Come on, Ra. Okay, Stylie, go ahead.
So, generally speaking, you can get him up if you want, or did he respawn? Okay.
No, he was on the enemy team, but now I invited him to the friendly team.
Okay. So generally speaking, you would have, yeah, we've already got it actually. You would have an SL, a rifleman, an AR, AT, and a medic. That's your basic formation. So here's the SL, MJH. Can you come and stand in front of me? And just face east. Yep, stay there. So you got the SL. He's going to be at the front. So normally the SL kind of leads. He's normally the point man, which basically means he's the guy at the front, and he'll put down rallies and do all that good stuff. Now, who else we got? We've got a rifleman. Who's a rifleman?
Yeah, that'd be me.
Oh.
Yeah, Toxic. Come over here, Toxic. Just stand here and face east. It's probably not going to work because there's not enough of you, but it'll kind of roughly do. Just stand behind him. Yep. And then Swage, come over here. Just stand around here roughly. Yeah, anywhere like that, and Raj. So if you kind of look around your position, yeah, stand here, and who's that? Rambo. Rambo, come and join us. Anyway, possible. So you kind of see we're automatically spacing out, so if a grenade lands in front of you, or around you, you know, you're not all going to die. Generally, you'll sort of line up. So if I was the SL, let's say for an example, and MJH was the rest of my team, just follow me, MJH. You see that we're already running in a column formation.
You meant to follow us, Toxic.
Yeah,
that's right.
I wasn't sure.
Not all of you, no, it was just one really. It was just to show you that
it's not on me.
when you're running, like trying to get from point to point, you automatically just form a line, don't you? Sorry, a column. So everyone follows squad lead and Toxic will follow me, let's say, and Raj will then follow Toxic, and then Rambo would follow Raj. You know, something along those lines anyway. Now, if you just come back over at MJH and just face south, and yeah, and Toxic just come over here and face south. Now, don't move, but if you kind of look at, yeah, and just Sway, just come in a little bit, just so that you're no, who's that? Rambo? No, back. Yeah, stand there. So if you kind of look at the others, that's a line formation. So if you're approaching a target, let's say I'm the enemy, and I'm hiding here about to shoot you guys, the advantage of that line formation is that you're kind of ready to attack, because I've got one gun pointing at you, but you've got 5 guns pointing at me. So if I try and shoot you, you guys should at least kill me before I kill you all. So that's the advantage of having a column formation when you're attacking an objective. So if there was lots of enemies here, lined up along here, and you guys were approaching the way you are now, you would have all guns to bear. Whereas when you're following each other, so if you all just turn to the east, so if you're all following each other in a column formation, I can only see one enemy coming towards me, because you guys are... Get back in line. I can only see one guy appearing on the horizon, because you're all kind of hidden behind. It's only if I'm at an angle I'll see you a bit more. But if I'm head on, it looks like one guy's coming, but really there's 5. And then if you do suddenly take combat, or you know, if there is an enemy up front, then like Swage can go left and Raj can go right and Rambo can go further left or something like that, and then straight away you've automatically put yourselves into a column formation and ready to fight. Does that kind of make sense?
Yes.
So you kind of do that naturally in squad anyway, but if you're a bit more wary of what's going on, then it kind of makes it a bit more easier to understand, and the reasons why people do stuff the way you do. So getting used to doing that type of thing, when you suddenly attack an enemy, just sort of go left or right, and then automatically you're in a fighting position. Medics should always stay near the back in my view, because if I shoot the medic, not many people are going to be able to get the medic up in a firefight, but if I shoot, I don't know, the SL, then the medic can try and get up the SL while everyone else is then, you know, shooting back at the enemy and providing cover and fire and smokes and all that good stuff. So that's kind of formations. Maneuvers, let's practice a maneuver. Okay, so if you just line up in a line formation facing south, I'll be the enemy ish.
Okay, MJ in front.
Yeah, you can move up to that line if you want, up to the sandbags, it's fine. It's only just as a rough guide. Yep, so just stand in a line together. So bounding, does anyone know what bounding is?
Yeah.
Yep.
I do.
Yeah,
Okay.
one half shoots, the other one moves.
I will actually move out of the way. So yeah. So how many we got here? We've got 6. So let's say these 3 here, Harvey, Swage and Vandal, you're going to cover fire. And MJH, Raj and Rambo, when they cover fire, I want you guys to advance. Kind of like 50 meters or something like that. And then when they stop shooting, I want obviously the guys that advance to start shooting, and then Vandal, Swage and Harvey to push up just slightly past MJH as much as you can before they run out of ammo. When you do shoot, try and shoot single and keep it controlled, so in controlled burst, so you're shooting kind of like this. And the reason why
Enough to suppress.
Huh?
Enough to suppress them.
Yeah, you just want to keep the heads down, and you can still hit them as well, obviously, by single fire, but you want to prolong how much ammo you've got, so you don't want to waste it. Whereas if you do it like this, then you've run out of ammo, and then that's it. Whereas if you do single fire over a long period of time, then it's going to last a lot longer. So let's just try that now. So if you guys want to cover fire and then the
Roll.
others move up.
Get ready. Move.
Maybe a little bit slower on the cover and fire.
Okay, cover. Cover.
Other half moved.
Okay, next group start shooting, yeah. Move and reload at the same time.
Okay, we're done.
Okay, yeah, move up. Next group move up. Okay, let's move and reload,
Other
guys.
half.
Move and reload. And then you want to go slightly past. And then you just kind of continue that on and on. So, ceasefire, guys. Ceasefire. I think you all had a bit of fun.
Hell yes, shooting guns. Ooh.
So obviously if you're getting shot back then some of you will get injured, but the idea is to keep moving forward, keep the enemy suppressed continuously while you're moving. I don't know if you noticed, but in squad no one ever seems to do that, which is really strange, apart from the organised groups. So yeah, that's one good thing. And the advantage of the training, if we all played together now in a squad, let's say, I'd just say we're going to do a bounding manoeuvre up to that tower or up to that objective, and then hoping that everyone knows what they're doing roughly. Whereas you try and do it in public, they'll go like, what the fuck's going on? I've got no idea. So just all turn around to your north, just sort of getting a rough line again. So same thing with advancing really. Obviously you can shoot and whatnot, and bounds like we just done. But let's say there's some enemies there and they're shooting us and we're shooting back. So let's say they're quite far away. So the first thing you want to do is chuck a smoke basically. So yeah, all chuck a smoke if you want, just one, because you've only got two in most cases. Now you wait for the smoke to plume and you're hiding and you're shooting back and they're shooting at you and you're going, fuck, come on smoke, get up. And then what we're going to do is when the smoke plumes, we're going to move up to that smoke and then just slightly beyond it. I think someone did chuck a few smokes past, but let's just move up to it. So when you get to this stage, just before you actually go into the smoke, good thing to do is just pop another smoke up to the enemy. This is if you're covering like a long distance and they're shooting you, because now there's a lot of smoke and they shouldn't be able to hit you. Now some people can because they're probably cheating, but most of the times they can't. And now if you move past this, the second line of smoke should have bloomed and it gives you a bit more cover. And then you can start, you know, shooting the enemy up close or suppress them. Yeah, exactly.
Jesus.
You got it.
We've got the tactical bot down pat.
So yeah, grab some more ammo, feel free. I'll wait for the smoke to disappear anyway. So yeah, if you practice those basic things in the game, if you're playing as like one squad as mad for an example, all you have to say is like pop one smoke and then we'll move up, pop another and move again, and you guys should roughly know what we're talking about then, because we've just done it. I remember, I think it was a few months ago, I used to say to people, start shooting, and people weren't shooting. I don't know if it was public or mad or whoever it was. It's like, god damn it, just shoot. Everyone was so afraid to shoot and waste their ammo for some strange reason when they're in game. And same with smokes and same with other things, but yeah.
Yeah, the only time which you really probably shouldn't shoot is if you're marksman or whatever and you can't for your
Trying to be
Range and such.
Yeah. If you can't kill a target, don't shoot it, because you're just giving away your position. If you're trying to be sneaky, like get close to a cap, which is what I do most of the time, because there's no point in having a long range gun battle if you're trying to take the point. If you're defending, fine, shoot at will, you know, as soon as you see the enemy, keep them as far away as possible. But if you're attacking a point, you want to actually get on the point and try and take out as many as you can close range and stay on that point, and then they'll be on the reverse, they'll be coming across that open field trying to attack, and then you can keep them at arm's length while you cap and hold the objective until basically you get some reinforcements come up. So yeah, so that's a good point. I wouldn't shoot long distance, because some people are like, oh yeah, I see an enemy, look, he's over there, it's a tiny little dot, shall I start shooting? It's like, no, and you always get one that does. But oh
Yeah.
well. So the other thing is, we've kind of done bounding, straight cover fire, straight leapfrogging, whatever you want to call it. So the next thing is flanking. I'm sure you all guys know what flanking is, but it's kind of going around the sides. So if you imagine that broken tank there, wait, MJ, just go back to the wall.
Stay in line.
Because you can't see what I'm looking at. So you see where I'm shooting. That let's say that's the objective that you want to go to. So if I want to get there, I won't go in a straight line. I would kind of want to flank around this way and flank around the other way. And you have fire teams as well, so you could say, okay, fire team Alpha go right, fire team Bravo go left, and squad lead and everyone will go straight in front. And that way you kind of do a pincer movement. It doesn't always work, it depends how many people there are and whether they see you and, and other things. But if you're shooting from different directions, even if it's just 3 guys on each side, it'll feel like more. It'll feel like, possibly 2 or 3 squads. Any questions or anything?
So when you're flanking,
Yep.
would you keep would you keep Alpha suppressing them, and then Bravo and Charlie while they go round? A bit like bounding, but kind of like
Yeah.
around the sides.
Yeah. So then they're focused on Alpha while the other teams are moving around flanking, and hopefully they're so concentrated on Alpha. You just have to make sure that you've got good hard cover, because if you're doing it out in the open, you're just going to get wiped.
If you're in with your if you're with blueberries, you actually know which fire team they're in.
Oh, that's an evil.
How do I tell which fire team I'm in?
Look at your colour, fam.
How do I do that? Genuinely had this before, not gonna lie.
Well, there's always a problem playing with blueberries, and that's why you see clans join our server and they always play together. Okay, they probably play too much together in terms of all being on one side, but if you've got 18 players, if you could have 2 mad teams or 2 mad squads, one on each side to even it up, and you get to practice with each other and do all these techniques. A lot of people know about all this stuff anyway, but not many people really use it, and sometimes it is difficult to use, and if you've got blueberries, then there's just no point really even trying to use it. You can do it if you wanted, but as a clan there's so many more benefits playing together, because if we did this training every week, and you guys practice and practice and practice the same thing that we've done now, you'll get better and better at it. And if there was more people, we could have another squad doing the same and see who survives the longest and things like that. So that will get your accuracy up and other things.